She said, "Stop liking other women's photos. It's disrespectful." I replied, "You're right. My mistake." Then I showed her the fire emoji her own dad left on my sister's beach pic. The color drained from her face. Original post. I, 31, am a data analyst. I like things that are logical. I like patterns. I like when things add up. For the last 2 years, my relationship with Bianca, 29, has been the best part of my life. Until it wasn't. Here's the setup, because it's relevant. 2 years ago, I bought my first property, a duplex. It was a big stretch, but a smart investment. I live in the upstairs 2-bedroom unit, the downstairs 1-bedroom unit. Well, that's where the problem started. When Bianca and I got serious, she introduced me to her parents, Robert, 58, and Darlene, 57. They seemed fine. Robert is a handyman type, always a little too familiar, calls me chief. Darlene is his enabler, always laughing off his jokes. About a year ago, they fell on hard times. Their landlord was selling their rental, their credit was trashed, they had nowhere to go. Bianca was in tears. My parents, Alex, they'll be homeless. So, I did the good future son-in-law thing. I offered them the downstairs unit. I didn't even want to be a landlord, but I couldn't let them be on the street. I wrote up a very simple month-to-month agreement. The rent? $500, just to cover the taxes. Utilities included. I was basically paying for them to live there. Bianca was overjoyed. "You saved us, Alex. You saved my family." I felt good about it. For a while. Then my sister, Maya, 24, came to visit last month. Maya is a grad student, smart, funny, and has a great BS detector. She stayed with me for a weekend. Robert, of course, had to come up and fix the sink, which wasn't broken. He was weird. "Wow, Alex, you didn't tell me your sister was a model. Looking good, Maya. Your brother's a lucky guy to have you. You're much prettier than he is, honey. Must get that from your mom." It was constant. Maya was visibly uncomfortable. After he left, she turned to me. "Alex, that guy is a creep. He gives me the absolute creeps." I felt that protective brother thing flare up, but I brushed it off. He's just an old-school friendly guy. He doesn't mean anything by it. "No, Alex," she said, dead serious. "He's a creep." I should have listened. Fast forward to last Tuesday. I'm just scrolling through Instagram, unwinding from work. I see a post from an old college friend, Amelia. She just completed her first marathon. It's a pic of her holding her medal, sweaty, looking exhausted but happy. I liked it. Just a double tap. A congrats from 500 miles away. Bianca was on the couch next to me. Her head snapped over. "Who's that?" "What?" "Oh, Amelia, an old friend from university. She ran a marathon." "Amelia," she said, tasting the name. "Why are you liking her picture?" Because she ran a marathon? It's impressive. It's disrespectful, Alex." I actually laughed. "What? How?" "You are liking photos of other women. In their workout clothes. It's a micro-cheating. You're advertising to her. You're disrespecting me and our relationship." The fight that followed was absolutely bonkers. I was betraying her trust, making her feel insecure, window shopping. She demanded, seriously demanded, that I go through my following list and unfollow any woman I wasn't related to. I was exhausted. I was stunned. It was so irrational, but I was tired of fighting. "Okay," I said, holding on my hands. "You're right. It was thoughtless. My mistake. I'll be more careful." She smiled. Smug. Satisfied. "Thank you for finally seeing my side." She went to bed happy. I did not. I was buzzing with anger. I felt controlled. I texted Maya, just to vent. "Me, you will not believe the fight I just had. Bianca just accused me of micro-cheating for liking a friend's marathon photo." Maya, LMAO. "She's insane. Is she that insecure?" Me, "Apparently. I'm disrespectful." Maya, "Oh, you want to see disrespectful? Hold on." A minute later, a screenshot came through. My blood went Arctic cold. It was a picture from Maya's spring break trip 2 months ago. Her and 3 girlfriends on a beach. Just a normal beach pic. Bikinis. Sunglasses. Smiling. And a comment. From Robert's public, very much his name and face account. It just said, "Fire looking good, Maya. Fire." This wasn't a like. This wasn't a congrats. This was a 58-year-old man, my tenant, my girlfriend's father, leaving fire emojis on my 24-year-old sister's beach photo. The sister he had just met and been a creep to. I saw red. All the good guy compliance drained right out of me. I walked into the bedroom. Bianca was reading. Alex, what's wrong? We need to talk about disrespectful again. She sighed, annoyed. Alex, I thought we settled this. You agreed. I held out my phone. Your dad, my sister, explain to me what micro-cheating this counts as. She took the phone. She read the comment. I watched her. The color, it just drained from her face. She was pale, silent. This was the moment for her to say, oh my God, he's disgusting. I'm so sorry, Alex. I'll handle this. But that's not what she did. She looked up at me, and her eyes were cold and angry. What is this? She whispered. It's your dad being a creep to my sister. You're showing me this? To what? Get back at me? To deflect from what you did. I was stunned. Deflect? Bianca, he's a creep. This is 100 times worse than a like on a marathon photo. He's just being friendly. Her voice started rising. That's just his personality. He's complimenting her. How dare you accuse my father of being a creep? He's my dad. He's a 58-year-old man, leaving fire emojis on a 24-year-old's photo. It's gross. You're gross, she shrieked. You're the one who was liking other girls' photos. You're sick. You're trying to twist this to make my family look bad. You're embarrassing me. And, click, that was the sound of my entire future with her evaporating. It wasn't just her. It was them. A whole toxic ecosystem of entitlement and enablers. And I was the host organism. Okay, I said. My voice was suddenly terrifyingly calm. You're right. I'm done embarrassing you. Good. So you'll delete this? And apologize to me? No. I want you to pack your bags. I want you out. She laughed. A real, actual laugh. What? Don't be dramatic, Alex. You're just angry. I'm not. I'm done. I want you out. And I want them out. The laugh died. You can't kick my parents out. Into the street? Over an emoji? You're a monster. They have 30 days. So do you. We have a lease, she screamed. You don't, I said. It's month to month. And the month is up. She stared at me. She saw I wasn't budging. You'll regret this, she seethed. She grabbed her phone, her keys, and stormed out of my unit. I heard her pounding on her parents' door downstairs. Then the shouting started. All three of them. I locked my door. I sat on the couch. My hands were shaking. This was it. I just blew up my life. But that screenshot, Maya's face, Bianca's defense. I wasn't blowing up my life. I was taking it back. The next morning, I typed up 2 formal 30-day notice to vacate letters. One for Robert and Darlene, one for Bianca. I taped theirs to their door downstairs and left Bianca's on the kitchen counter of my unit. This is going to be a war. Update 1. It's been a little over a week. War was the right word. The 30-day notice, which I formally, legally served the day after the fight, went over like a lead balloon. Shocker. About an hour after I taped it to their door, all 3 of them were at my door. Bianca had clearly been crying. Darlene looked furious. Robert just looked smug, like this was all a ridiculous game. I opened the door, kept the chain on. Robert, Alex, son, let's not be hasty here. What's this all about? Alex, it's a 30-day notice to vacate. Robert, it's not complicated. Darlene, 30-day notice? For what? Because my husband paid your sister a compliment? You're going to make a 58-year-old man and his 57-year-old wife homeless? Over a misunderstanding. Alex, it wasn't a misunderstanding. It was inappropriate. And Bianca's defense of it, after she just crucified me for liking a marathon photo, showed me everything I need to know. The arrangement is over. Bianca, sobbing, you're destroying my family, Alex. Over a stupid emoji. I can't believe you're doing this. After I talked to him, I told him it was weird. So she didn't know it was weird. The betrayal just gets better. Alex, too late, Bianca. You should have said that to me. You had a choice. You chose to defend him. Now you all have 30 days. Robert, we're not going anywhere. Alex, excuse me. Robert, you heard me, Chief. We're tenants. We have rights. You can't just throw us out in the cold. A judge will laugh you out of court. Alex, I'm following the law. Robert, It's a legal, month-to-month tenancy. I'm terminating it. You have 30 days. I shut the door on them. The screaming and pounding went on for a few minutes. So the entitlement phase has fully booted up. First, they didn't pay the $500 rent for this month. Expected. I'd already factored that in. Second, Bianca just moved. She took all her stuff from my bedroom and moved into the spare bedroom in my unit. I came home from work, and there she was, watching TV, and there like nothing had changed. "What are you doing, Bianca?" "I live here," she said, not looking at me. "You can't kick me out without a formal eviction. And that's way harder than kicking my parents out. It'll take months. We can work this out before then." I just stared. The audacity. She was now officially a squatter. In my spare room, I call my buddy, who's a paralegal. He said, "Dude, this is a nightmare." She's right. She's a tenant at will. You have to evict her, separately from her parents. This is going to cost you thousands and take months. I felt sick. This is my home. I'm now sharing a wall with the creeps and sharing a hallway with their hostile daughter. The harassment started. Her parents are loud. They started playing talk radio, loud, at 5 a.m., right under my bedroom. They started banging on walls, doing repairs. Robert confronted me in the driveway yesterday. "You're a real piece of work, son. A real cold fish. Ruining a good thing over nothing. You're going to regret this." Big time. It was a threat. Not a physical one, but it was clear. So, I'm done being the good guy. Now, I'm the methodical guy. My new full-time job is project eviction. Lawyer retained. I found a landlord-tenant lawyer. He's expensive. He's also apparently a shark. He confirmed what my friend said. It's 2 separate evictions. It's going to suck. We filed the official eviction paperwork, the unlawful detainer, for all 3 of them. Cameras. I installed security cameras. One at my front door, one at the back door, and one in the common areas of my own unit, living room, kitchen. I gave Bianca formal written notice. Notice, 24/7 audio-video surveillance is in operation in the common areas of this unit. She freaked. "You can't spy on me." "I'm not. I'm documenting my property, which you're occupying against my will." She now spends all her time in the spare room. Good. Documentation. I have a new journal. Every time they blast music, log with a timestamp. Every time Robert accidentally blocks my car in for 20 minutes, logged. Every manipulative text from Bianca, screenshot logged. P.O. Box. All my important mail is being forwarded. I don't trust them for a second. But here's the best part. For the eviction paperwork, my lawyer needed all the info on them. I'm a data analyst, remember? I pulled Robert's credit report, which I'm legally allowed to do as his landlord. It's not just shot. It's a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Judgments, liens, evictions from 3 other properties, and a small claims court case from last year. A client sued him for $5,000 for shoddy work and property damage. He lost. He never paid. This gave me an idea. Robert, in his goodwill, had done a few favors for me. He fixed a leaky faucet under my kitchen sink. He retiled the backsplash in their unit's kitchen as a gift to me for being so generous. My lawyer loved this. Hire a licensed home inspector, Alex. Tomorrow, tell them you're refinancing. I want a full report on every single thing Robert has fixed. The inspector came yesterday. He was in the duplex for 3 hours. I just got the report emailed to me. I'm not a contractor, but I can read. The leaky faucet fix. He'd wrapped the pipe in. I'm not joking. Roofing tar and duct tape. It was still leaking, just slower. It has been seeping into the subfloor for a year. The retiled backsplash in their unit? He didn't remove the old tile. He didn't check the drywall. He just tiled right over the old tile. The inspector used a moisture meter. The readings were off the charts. He got permission to pull off a single tile. Behind it, the drywall was black. Just wet and black. The inspector's official summary, Robert's repair, the leaky sink upstairs, created a slow, long-term leak. His fix, the tiling downstairs, covered up what was likely pre-existing water damage, which has now been festering and feeding on the new leak for a year. The entire wall is rotten. The mold is extensive. He didn't just cover up a problem. He created a $20,000 hazardous waste site, and he's been letting his own wife live in it. This is no longer a simple eviction. This is no longer about an emoji. This is a lawsuit, and I have the receipts. My lawyer was practically giddy. Alex, this is what we call a new cause of action. Their countersuit for retaliatory eviction just went up in smoke. I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just cold. This stops now. Final update. It's been 3 months. 3 months of actual, unadulterated hell. But I'm out. The living situation was toxic. Bianca, living in my spare room, was a ghost. She'd alternate between sliding, "I'm sorry, let's talk" notes under my door and accidentally using all the hot water or forgetting to flush the toilet. Just petty psychological warfare. The cameras were the best $400 I ever spent. They kept her contained. The confrontation in the kitchen, about 2 weeks before the court date, was the last time we really spoke. She came out while I was making coffee. "Bianca, we could make all this go away. It's not too late. Just tell my parents they can stay. We can fix this, Alex. I know we can. Alex." "Bianca, I'm reminding you that you're on camera. Please go back to your room. We are not fixing anything." Her face twisted. The mask came off. "Bianca, you're a monster, Alex. A cold, heartless monster. You're kicking a 58-year-old man out. Alex, I'm evicting a tenant who caused $22,500 in water and mold damage to my property. I've never seen someone's face go so white, so fast. It was even better than the fire emoji day." "Bianca." "What? That's a lie. You're making that up." "Alex, the inspector's report and the remediation quote are already with my lawyer. And with your father's. See you in court." She just stood there, speechless. The dirty tricks escalated as their desperation grew. The countersuit, just as my lawyer predicted. They countersued, claimed I was the slumlord, that the mold was my fault, and I'd ignored their request for repairs. My lawyer loved this, as he had 12 separate texts from Darlene thanking me for letting Robert fix things himself to save me money. The oral contract, Bianca's big move. She claimed at her filing that we had an oral contract for her to live in the unit for 5 years, rent-free, in exchange for domestic services, cooking, cleaning, and emotional support. She was trying to get a massive payout. The family call, Darlene got my mother's number. She actually called my mom. Try to play the worried mother card. Alex is being so rash. He's throwing his future with Bianca away. Can't you talk some sense into him? My mom, who had seen the fire emoji screenshot and heard the whole story, was magnificent. She apparently just said, "My son is allergic to mold, bad contractors, and creeps. Darlene, you should be ashamed of yourself." Goodbye. The court date. It was last Tuesday. It was everything. The 3 of them showed up. Robert in a stained blazer. Darlene looking like she'd been crying for a week. Bianca in a severe black dress, like she was in mourning. They all looked smug. Their legal aid lawyer just looked tired. Their lawyer went first. Argued retaliatory eviction. Argued I was using a minor repair issue to punish them for the personal disagreement with Bianca. Argued for Bianca's oral contract. Then my lawyer stood up. "He's a shark. He's a poet. He's my hero. Your Honor, this isn't a retaliatory eviction. This is an eviction based on catastrophic property damage." He presented Exhibit A, the 30-day notice. Exhibit B, the text messages. "Darlene, thank you so much for letting Robert redo the kitchen. It looks wonderful. Robert, all fixed, Chief. That sink won't bother you again." Exhibit C, the official 40-page inspector's report, with photos, the duct tape, the tar, the black. Exhibit D, the estimate from a certified mold remediation company for $22,500. Exhibit E, Robert's credit report, showing a pattern of non-payment and a lost small claims case for property damage. The judge, a no-nonsense woman, read the inspector's report. She looked at the photos. She looked at Robert. "Mr. Robert's last name, you did this?" I was just trying to help, Your Honor. A little leak. Sir, you covered black mold with tile. You used duct tape on a supply line. You're a handyman." "Yes, Your Honor." Clearly not a very good one. She didn't even address Bianca's oral contract claim. Just ignore it completely. The verdict. It was brutal. Eviction granted. For all 3. The judge gave them 10 days to vacate, after which the sheriff would physically remove them. Judgment. She granted my countersuit. Judgment against Robert for the full $22,500 in damages, plus my $8,000 in legal fees. Total, $30,500. In the hallway, it all fell apart. Darlene was wailing. Bianca was just gray. Robert cornered me by the elevator. He was shaking. Robert, you ruined me. You ruined us. $30,000? I don't have that. I'm on disability. You can't get blood from a stone, you little prick. Alex, you should have thought of that before you played contractor, Robert. Or before you left creepy comments on my sister's photos. Bianca ran over, grabbing my arm. Alex, please. He's my father. Call it off. I'll do anything. I'll pay you back. I'll anything. I looked at her hand on my arm. You could have stopped this, Bianca. The day I showed you that emoji. All you had to do was say, "That's disgusting, Alex. I'll handle it." But you didn't. You defended him. You chose this. This is your choice. Get your hand off me. Darlene screamed at my back as I walked away. You're going to hell, Alex. You'll never find anyone. You're a cold, empty man. I turned around. I'm a cold, empty man with a $30,000 judgment and his duplex back. Have a nice life. The aftermath. The sheriff did have to remove them. They stayed until the last possible second. They left the downstairs unit. Well, you can imagine. Trash everywhere. Ketchup smeared on the walls. The repair wall had a new hole in it. I documented it all, and my lawyer added another $2,000 to the judgment. My duplex is a construction zone. I'm living in a rental across town. The mold was as bad as they said. It'll be another 2 months before I can move back in. This wasn't a clean win. It was an extraction. It was a messy, expensive, stressful war. I lost a girlfriend I thought I loved. I lost thousands of dollars out of pocket. I'll never see most of that $30,000. Robert will just declare bankruptcy, but I'm garnishing whatever I can. It's the principle. I'm stressed. I'm lonely. I'm pissed I ignored Maya's first warning. But I'm free. I'm free of them. Free of the gaslighting. Free of the creeping, enabling, and entitlement. I heard from a mutual friend that the 3 of them are living in a single room at a cramped extended stay motel. Bianca is apparently furious with her dad, not for being a creep, but for his shoddy work that ruined everything. She still doesn't get it. She never will.